Welcome to another show, Russ on Flowers. I'm your host, Russ. Today we are going to be talking about corsages and boutonnieres. We at Russ Wholesale Flowers donated over 1,500 carnations to Operation Support Our Troops. So I thought with those donations came a ton of opportunities to talk about not only carnations, but we can talk about corsages and boutonnieres. Hence, it's wedding season, so we thought that we would take it in that direction. Basically, all the elements we'll be talking about with the corsages and boutonniere creations, keep in mind you can do them with any flowers, okay? So I'll tell you about carnations really quick and how to pull them and then maneuver them into a position where you're going to be using them for the corsage or boutonniere work. This one is obviously really premature. So if you run into this with your flowers, especially carnations, there's ways of opening this. You guys just peel them back, okay? You can do this with mini carnations as well. Rose is a different story. I mean, this is appealing for carnations only, so keep that in mind. But there's ways to peel back a lot of different flowers. We'll probably be talking that on other shows. But here you go. So we had a closed carnation and now it's open, all right? All the carnations have these little rivet spots where this is where I would suggest breaking it off right above that. If you have a knife or scissors, you want to break it off close to the very top. Some florists like to go all the way to the base. Some florists leave a little bit of a stem on there, okay? If you go to Russ Wholesale Flowers on the site, you'll notice that we do sell wire. This is a 22 gauge. As you go down in gauges, the wire gets thicker. So what you're going to want to do with this is just pierce the side of the carnation with the wire, okay? Straight through shot, all right? And then you're going to bring it down. Alright, brought all the way down. Alright, then also at Russ Wholesale Flowers we sell floral tape. Make sure you get green because it comes in light green and that looks kind of tacky. It also comes in brown, so I like green. So you're going to start in the middle of the base of the flower, wrap it around, okay, and continue to rotate it all the way down. Now you don't need to cover the entire base of the flower. This is just a start, okay? Depending on what you want to do. If you're just going to do this without putting any kind of bow on there, right, that's where you want to be with this. So there's some wire exposed, but we're going to move it into putting a bow on this, all right? So you're going to get your ribbon, all right? With doing corsage and boutonniere work, you want to get as thin a ribbon as you can. We also have that on Russ Wholesale Flowers. Okay, and what you're going to do is, with this satin, there's two sides. One's gloss, one's flat. I like the gloss. So you're just going to make little loops. So you go turn this side over. Alright, so there you have like a little bow tie, huh? And then you're going to come underneath on this one. This is going to be really small, right? So, and then underneath here. So you do 3 to 4 loops, right? You can turn them too, twist them if you want. Either way, so you have the satin side out. Okay. So we have 3 loops. Again, your wire, place it in right in the center of your loops, fold it over, and pull your ribbon. Okay. Squeeze it, pinch it off, and twist it. So there's your ribbon. Okay. Cut your streamers. Alright. What you're going to do then is you're going to apply it to your flower. That's where you want it to be, right? Okay. So there you go. Here's their tape again. Begin at the base again. So this is where you cover up all the rest of the mechanics that are exposed. So at least I like to, because I'm a freak. I don't like mechanics exposed. So you can twist it around. Your bow is done. This is done. So if you guys are going to do a boutonniere, right, there's a ton of things you can do. If you wanted to leave a tail on it, some people like that. If you want to do like a corkscrew tail, wind it in like a pencil or something like that, and you can wrap it around. People like that, you know, and twist it out. Careful of the sharp tip. You know, that's kind of a cool look there, right? If you wanted to do a corsage, like a double, you keep doing this. The single with each one of the flowers. Not with a ribbon, but just with each one of the flowers, and you can add them, right? So as you add them, okay, as you add doubles, go back to the tape, right? We're going to start at the bottom. We got to make sure that we enforce this, right? We'll round the flowers again, round the wires. You want to make sure you leave enough wire on there so you have a good fit. So you're getting it, okay? So there's a double. Again, you want to cut it and advise on the length, right? Pin goes there through the lapel, right? If you're doing the wrists, right? You do the clamp. We have the wristlets. They just clamp on the back, right? And it's very simple. We just place it there, right? So there's a hot look. So there you have it. And now it's time for our favorite part of the show, flowers that look like people. We couldn't find Steve earlier, we just found him. Alright, flowers that look like people. 1. Venus flytrap. David Archuleta. 1. Venus flytrap. 1. Tom Cruise. Hold on, dude. Look at that dude. Killing me. Okay, now it's time for Q&A. Dear Russ, state flower of Virginia. It's rhododendron. Everybody should know. Alright, this is Dear Russ. What does the orange flower symbolize? It's Justin in Rhode Island. It's enthusiasm, new start, eagerness. So if you're going to be buying roses based on colors and meanings, orange, there you have it. Dear Russ, friend's getting married. She's doing a beach theme. Interested in different colors. That's Ashley in Houston. You know, a lot of them, you know, you're talking about vivid colors when you're talking about tropical flowers. You're talking about oranges and purples. And you know, you're talking about dendrobium orchids, you're talking about phalo orchids, cymbidium orchids, you're talking about birds of paradise, ginger. There's all different kinds of varieties. Email me back and we'll get more information to you on what's available and, you know, in this area and what I can get you at the time of this event, because it doesn't state on here what the time of the event is, so I'll be willing to help you find that. Dear Russ, can you name some of the flowers that I can use in a vase at home? I have some bad allergies. Alright, some, you know, if you have bad allergies and you guys are looking to use some stuff, you're talking about hydrangeas, baby's breath. There's, you know, the carnations are good. Any of the every less fragrant flowers, okay? You know, orchids, we were just talking about tropical flowers. Orchids is another one, okay? And Dear Russ, can you tell me a flower that looks like gardenias? If you guys, I've been dealing with ranunculus a lot, but if you let it blow out, it'll have a similar look. So will Lysianthus is a good flower also. You got to let it blow out. But so that's Carol in Seattle. Okay, to summarize the show, Russ Wholesale Flowers, Carnations. We have specials on Carnations. They're long-lasting flower, probably one of the most durable flowers out there. Talked about ranging, creating boutonnieres, right? Single wire, double wire. Talked about creating a bow and adding that to the flowers. And then we talked about adding a couple carnations to make a corsage. Dudes, don't do double flowers. If you have questions on how to create these, shoot me an email at Russ Wholesale Flowers. I'd be happy to answer your questions, or hit Russ on Flowers. You can email me from there as well. And thanks for coming. We'll see you next time.